Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Friday, the 28th of June 2024. In today's Millwall news, we got released today images of the new home kit, the new home shirt. No, not the shorts, just this shirt, and it is a retro fusion, as they are calling it, a retro mashup. So yeah, this is from millfc.co.uk. Millwall Football Club launches 24-25 home kit. Millwall Football Club is delighted to reveal its brand new home kit for the 24-25 season. The strip is manufactured by Area and consists of a navy blue shirt with a white collar, white trim on the sleeves and white horizontal lines at the base, navy blue shorts with white trim and navy blue socks with white trim. The Lions' new home kit blends together the 91-92 and 92-93 strips and the final two seasons at the old den to create a retro fusion look ahead of the 24-25 season. The kit, which will be worn throughout home fixtures and various away matches in 24-25, is modelled by George Honeyman and Adomu Amaku from the Lions first team, as well as Cara Watling and Emil Hussein from Millwall Lionesses, and will be available to purchase online and in the Lions store from 9 AM and 10 AM respectively on Wednesday the 3rd of July. Wow, what is happening? That's next week. That's the day before the election. Wow. They are not hanging around. They are not hanging around at all. What is that? So it's Friday today, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So that's 5 days away. Wow. The club's new front of shirt sponsor is set to be revealed in the coming days, with all shirts available to purchase from next Wednesday featuring their branding. So this isn't the finished shirt. There is going to be a shirt sponsor on it that may or may not decide if you will or will not buy it. The club would like to thank M. Mans of Peckham and 4 Quarters Peckham for their assistance with the 24-25 home kit shoot. So, let's have a look, shall we? As you can see, so it's the Fairview shirt, which I think that was the first shirt we wore in the new ground, was it not? Pretty sure it was. And it's got mashed up with the old spool kit that had the diamonds on it, the diamond inlay. So there you go. A lot of mixed reception online. I love it. A lot of fans, they hate it. They don't really like it. I think the younger fans, they don't, obviously because they're not buoyed by nostalgia, they're looking at it objectively, not subjectively, and they think, well, what the fuck is this? They're seeing the trim on the what do you call that, on the arms, and they're seeing the collar, and they're like, what's that about? And a lot of fans, I think I remember at the time, that Fairview home shirt, that wasn't universally accepted at the time. I know a lot of fans don't like shirts with collars, and I remember this is peak nostalgia for me, being kind of an early, would you call it early millennial, born in 1981, so I would have been about 10, 11 at this time. I was a prepubescent teenage boy, just before getting to that, and this would have been right up my alley, and I did indeed have one of these shirts, or the original Fairview Homes one. So although it did have a different badge on it, it didn't have the circle around it, I don't think. So yeah, and obviously a lot of fans are not happy that the Dundee blue, as it's called, they want to go back to a lighter shade of blue. And like I said, even when we had, was it 17-18, when we had a shirt with collars and everyone's moaning about the collars, they don't want the collars. Don't know why, really. What's wrong with a collar? I do remember at the time, I think I did this, because it's the collars and we didn't have collars before. I got my tie, my school tie, and I tied it around my neck under the shirt collar. And I was goofing around wearing my school tie with this Fairview home shirt. So there you go. It's for pleasure and business. You can wear a tie with it. Let's skip through some of these photos so you can see it a bit better there. There you can see the shirt. It does seem to be a bit shiny and a bit silky. So polyester, whatever it is now. The only thing negative that I kind of remember with the Fairview shirt, I don't know if this shirt's going to be the same, is it had the buttons that it had at the collar were these tiny little poppy buttons. I don't know what they call them. They pop. They're little things that pop and click. Not real buttons. So, and they were a bit shit, to be honest. So yeah, there is that. And there you go. We're back to the beginning. Let's have a closer look at the area.com website. This is just their media page. I don't think they sell any of our stuff on it. I don't think they're allowed to, because we've done a deal with Fanatics. So here you go. I don't know if the ladies are wearing the ladies version or what. Not too sure, but there you go. So let's have what do they say? So predominantly navy blue with white details. The home shirt that will be worn for games at the Den is inspired by the iconic designs of the 1990s. The polo shirt collar, a timeless classic, is enriched with details that emphasize the club's elegance, also reflected in the sleeve trim. The central part of the shirt features a tone-on-tone diamond graphic design. With the lower part is decorated with white stripes of different widths, adding a dynamic touch to the overall design. The rear logo is embroidered in white on the right side of the chest, while the lion symbol is placed on the left side, symbolically over the heart. Manufactured using the sublimation printing technique. I don't know what that means. Is that any good? Does that mean it won't fall off when you wash it? The jersey is made in the antiviral and antibacterial TI-Energy 3.0 fabric. So there you go. Your shirt is antiviral and antibacterial. That's fantastic. So if it's not just a shirt, you could use it to stay healthy. So there you go. Now we've got the shirt. Just need the players to go in it, don't we? Here we go. This is from southernnews.co.uk. Talking about the Macaulay Langstaff situation. I did see something earlier. I don't know. I couldn't find it again. I'm not sure if it's an official thing that our bid was rejected. So there you go. But I'm trying to find more on that. Millwall going for goal machine Macaulay Langstaff. As the Lions boss says he's fully aware of rumours surrounding the League 2 striker. The Lions have yet to make a signing so far this summer. Well, they're not rumours, are they? Because the South London press have confirmed it. And Rich Crawley won't put that he's confirmed the bid had been made if a bid had not been made. This is not clickbait site. This is the South London press with Rich Crawley. He's done quite well over so many years, so he's in a position of trust and respect that when he says something, you kind of believe it. Millwall have made a bid to land Notts County goal machine Macaulay Langstaff. The move was first reported by Football Insider, and now News at Den understands there is interest from the Lions to try and land the forward. Langstaff has enjoyed 2 eye-catching seasons down the football period and hit 28 goals in the 23-24 campaign with Notts County, winning the Golden Boot in League 2 last season. He managed this despite County only managing to finish 13th in the 4th tier. A year earlier, the 27-year-old broke the record for most goals in a single season at National League level after scoring 41 in 45 games as Notts County went up via the playoffs following their memorable title fight with Wrexham. Before this, he scored 33 goals in 61 games for Gateshead in non-league football. Since Michael Obafemi returned to parent club Burnley this summer, Millwall shortened bodies up front with Tom Bradshaw and Kevin Nisbet the only out senior strikers at the squad. And Harris did not want to be drawn on discussing another team's player, but admitted he's aware of both the reports and Langstaff's talent. He told News at Den, he's obviously not our player, so I'm not going to comment about an individual status. All I will say is that I'm fully aware of who Macaulay Langstaff is and his goal scoring record and exploits, because I've seen a hell of a lot of him in the first few months of last season and the season before, having seen a lot of National League football. So I'm fully aware of his ability as a player. So there you go. Just obviously this news broke yesterday. I just wanted to share the quote from Neil Harris, saying he can't say anything. Now, here we go. What about Tanganga? Is that dead in the water? Well, apparently not. The club said, well, it was still a possibility. They didn't think it was dead yet, but we have this now saying this is it. Like you need to shit or you need to get off the pot. This is from LondonNewsOnline.co.uk, the South London Press's online website. Lions have made fantastic offer to Tottenham defender with hint they may soon move for other targets. Millwall head coach Neil Harris has hinted they could be set to switch their central defensive transfer target, with Japhet Tanganga still yet to make his future intentions clear. The Lions want to sign the former England under-21 international, who spent the second half of last season on loan with the Lions as a rock solid once Harris succeeded Joe Edwards in the Den hot seat. Centre-back Tanganga is out of contract on July the 1st. So he's technically still a player, but although obviously Tottenham has said they're not going to be offering him a new contract, they've listed him in their release list. So do we have to wait until July the 1st? Not really, because he could announce a pre-contract agreement to say that the deal will go through on July the 1st. So I don't know why you wait until July the 1st, but maybe am I clutching at straws? Am I hoping that's why it's been delayed, that he's waiting for July the 1st? I don't know. Harris asked for an update, told the South London Press. What I will say now, that we're 6 weeks down the line from when we talked about it, and ultimately we've made Jaff a fantastic offer to come to the football club. I can't ask the football club to do any more. He's been a number one priority and target for us all summer, but on June the 27th we're still sat here and talking about Japhet Tanganga. We can't do any more than that. What we're doing, I fully understand players wanting to play at the highest level possible. We are in the realms now that say, yes, we have players as priorities in position, but you can't wait. We always have a plan B, C, and D in our minds, and sometimes you have just to move on to plan B. So there you go. Is that so? Are they publicly sending a message to Tanganga, saying, look, the deal's about to tick-tock, the deal's about to run out? You haven't signed with anyone yet, and if you don't sign with us soon, it's going to be too late, because we would have spent the money we gave to you to someone else. So there you go. Now, talking about coming back to training, we've got some bits and pieces from Neil Harris. We just heard a few lines. We've also got this as well, and then news on an injury in training. Yes, really. What can you say about that? But let's read about this first. So, a little bit surreal. Neil Harris discusses the mood at training as Millwall players return to Calmont Road after the passing of Pinatar Arena. The goalkeeper was a popular figure in the changing room before his sudden death at the age of 26. And this is from the southernnews.co.uk. Neil Harris has praised his Millwall players and the club staff for the way they have come in to terms with passing of popular colleague Pinatar Arena. The goalkeeper died 2 weeks ago at the age of just 26. The Lions Stars returned to training earlier this week, but the upsetting events would have changed the atmosphere around the camp ahead of pre-season. Players and staff have written public tributes to the keeper, and a minutes of silence was held in his honour earlier this week, and that's it. That's a picture of it there. Millwall head coach Harris told News at Den, I have to praise the players, the staff and the football club. It's crazy to talk about the first few days being very pivotal for us as a changing room, because there's such a long season in front of us. The first thing I said to the players was, it's about human beings and it's about us remembering a friend a colleague, and a really, really good man. And it's moments like this that define us as human beings, not as professional footballers. The players have found the balance between trying to be themselves and trying to be an upbeat changing room that's carrying real momentum for the great finish last year, to be being massively respectful to moments of sorrow where people have moments of reflection, to losing Matty. So yes, the last few days have been a little bit surreal, moments where we catch ourselves as a group being normal and then reflecting on how we miss him, and it doesn't feel right without him. I'm sure time will heal that thought process for us, but the lads have responded magnificently and with real strength of character and togetherness. So yeah, I would imagine it would have been a bit weird, very weird indeed. Now, injury, yeah, really, can you believe this? Well, you probably can, because you're a Millwall fan. Southernnews.co.uk, Neil Harris confirms first injury of new Millwall season and hails freak Lions player who wins every race in training. The Lions have returned to training for the first time this week. Okay. Adam Mayer. Who had Adam Mayer? Adam Mayer has picked up Mill's first injury of the season. Adam Mayer. The winger would have been looking to impress during his first season at Millwall, but now faces a setback after an injury left him unlikely to make the beginning of pre-season. The Lions are currently scheduled to play Gillingham on July the 13th in their first pre-season match in front of fans, but an unspecified issue, picked up before the 20-year-old return to training, could leave him on the sidelines. Millwall head coach Neil Harris told News then, Adam Mayer has picked up an injury off-season over the course of the summer, which we're just looking into at the moment. So I don't think we'll be seeing him at the start of pre-season, unfortunately. But we'll know more in the coming days. Left-backs Joe Bryan and Murray Wallace missed the end of last season due to injuries, but are both back fit and training this week. That picture, that's not from this season, is it? I think that's from last season. Yeah, that's the old kit. Wallace was last seen by fans nursing a painful looking back injury during April's trip to Rotherham United, but he is now back in training and won a 1,500 metre race among the players, a victory that came as a surprise to few at the club. Harris said, Murray and Joe are going very well. They trained the first few days and absolutely fine. Murray won the 1,500 metres as he wins every running race every year since he joined the football club, and he wins comfortably because he's just a freak when it comes to that. There you go. A born winner. Murray Wallace runs his heart out even in training, and to see why he keeps getting picked. If he's doing that in training, and then you got players that turn up late for training, you're like, yeah, okay, well, I'm going to go with the guy that turns up and runs his heart out, even if he's not the best on the pitch. That's how it goes, isn't it? Now, moving on to this interview with Tom Bradshaw from the South London Press, londonnewsonline.co.uk. Millwall striker on unbreakable dressing room spirit and dream would be to end playing days with Lions. Well, if you want to end your playing, is that going to be this season then? You're going to retire this season? Because it's a bit, I don't know. I don't think you've got many more seasons in you, my friend. Certainly not at the second tier of English football. Tom Bradshaw has revealed his dream is to end his career as a Millwall player. The striker, who turns 32 at the end of the next month, activated an extra 12 months on his den terms after playing a set amount of appearances in the 23-24 season. Bradshaw joined the Lions in the summer of 2018. He's only 2 matches away from 200 appearances for the South Londoners. I'd love to finish my career off here, said Bradshaw, speaking to the South London Press just before the last campaign finished. I don't know how long my Millwall career will last. I'm here next season. I'm still feeling really good. I've made it clear ever since I signed that I love it here, and I've got a really good connection with the fans, and my family are from the area. But I realise you don't get contracts based off sentiment. It's about how you're playing and whether you deserve a new deal. I think there's a reason so many of the lads are here for so long. It's quite a lot of lads hard that Bart's leaving because he's been part of the furniture for years. But you could list 6 or 7 who've been here just as long, like Hutchie, Coops and Lenny signed a week after me, and Danny Mack was here before me as well. Ever since I signed, the feel of the change room has been the same, even as personnel's changed. So many people have been here throughout my entire time here that core feeling that in the dressing room has always been great, whether we've had good seasons or bad seasons. And that's why we've had such a success as a club. And that was a tough season. There's been so much change, which we're not used to. And there was devastating news about John, and it's been quite turbulent years since Neil Harris has came in. He's brought that stability back to the club. I saw a stat that we had the most points in the entire league since he came back. Even in seasonal adversity, that special connection is not lost easily. Bradshaw netted 16 goals in 41 league appearances in a 22-23 campaign, enough of a haul to see him finish 6th in the Championship goal charts. Last time around, some niggling injuries ensured he missed 12 matches. Zion Fleming top scored with 7, while new recruit Kevin Nisbet was on 5. "Oh, it's been a frustrating one for me this year," said Bradshaw. "I haven't had big injuries, but they came at really bad times. I had my first one around October, which set me back 2 or 3 weeks, and then at the end of December I scored 2 in a row and I got injured in training again. They were all bar the calf and Achilles one, which was 6 weeks, just niggly bad ones at times. Part of the reason for that is that it's been the most change at the football club for a long time in terms of different managers and different styles and different player preferences. And when Neil Harris came in, it felt like just the club had stabilised, whereas possibly before that everything was changing and moving. And that's what probably made it difficult for the season for people personally, and also for us as a team. We've seen the rewards you get with stability, picking up those points since the gaffer came in. We're still the same team with the same players who had lost 6 or 7 in a row. It's about confidence and stability. I don't think football is that complicated. Harris has also talked about the striker department being a priority to strengthen. Michael Obafemi has returned to parent club Burnley, leaving Bradshaw and Nisbet as the senior frontman on Millwall's books. Asked about the prospect of increased competition, Bradshaw said, "Oh, it's been the same every year since I've been a professional footballer. Goals win your games, along with clean sheets, and being a Millwall number 9 is a taxing job and takes some time to get used to physically. I mean, you're never going to go through the season with just 2 strikers, you're just not. There isn't a team in the EFL that will go into the season with just 2 strikers. It's part of the game. It spurs you. You want to keep trying to improve, and it gives you a target to keep reminding yourself that you've got to be at your best and impress." Bradshaw's next target is 50 career goals for Millwall. He's on 44. "The vast majority of my goals have come at the Den," he said. "Every time I go out there, I believe I can score in front of our fans. I've got so many great memories out on the pitch there that I know I've got their full support and belief, and that gives me confidence. Out of those 198 appearances, 120 were starts, and I feel like during my time there, I've scored fairly regularly." Well, yeah, indeed, when you're fit. Maybe you should speak to Ryan Eddard about the yoga and give the yoga a go, and maybe you will be here for the next 2 or 3 seasons and finish your career as a Millwall player. Now, I'm going to mention this. This is from theleader.info. What that is it's an English language paper in Spain, and they've got some more details on the friendlies that Millwall will be playing out in Spain in the Pinatar Arena in Murcia. This is from theleader.info. Pinatar Arena starts the summer by hosting 20 clubs, 12 of them British, who will be using the training facility for their pre-season. So during July, Getafe, Elche, Real Zaragoza and Andorra will be joining them, along with FC Cartagena, Real Murcia and Eldense, as they play a number of friendly matches at the San Pedro del Pinatar facilities. The expectation that these clubs have generated among their fans has led to an estimated attendance of more than 10,000 people, most of them British, to the matches that will soon be announced. In the coming days, Pinatar Arena will continue to announce new teams that will visit San Pedro del Pinatar during the months of July and August. So they are doing a summer season ticket. Apparently they do this every year. So as usual, the teams that come to Pinatar Arena are looking for, apart from the facilities, to play competitive matches as they prepare the start of their respective seasons, thus attracting the interest of football lovers regardless of their favourite club. To this end, Pinatar Arena is once again offering fans a summer season ticket for just €50 that will enable them to access all the matches already planned, as well as additional games that will be added progressively. So there you go. And it says there that entrance to individual matches is €5. Well, it's €15 for the Millwall games. It's €5 for the under 10s. But if you are an expat and you live out that way, €50 for a season ticket to go to a few of these games. Like if you're going to the Millwall, both of the Millwall games, you just go to one other game and the season ticket's paid for itself. I mean, there you go. And this is just what they've announced so far. They're saying they've got more games to come. So €50, I mean, why not? Why not? So there you go. If you're local, get in touch with what was it, Pinatar Arena, and check out that season ticket for €50. Now we're going to finish the video by looking at the transfers, cause they've started to heat up a little bit, not by much, but a little bit. So it's 28th of June. We've got the transfers going through today. Players left Leeds. Mark Rocker, he's left Leeds, went to Real Betis. Who we got? Crystal Palace. Scott Malone. You remember Scott Malone? He was at Gillingham. He's gone to Crawley. So Scott Malone to Crawley. Ben Osborne, Sheffield United to Derby. So there you go. He's left Sheffield United, gone to Derby, both in the Championship. So there's moves in the Championship. Svante Ingolson from Hansa Rostock to Sheffield Wednesday. Hansa Rostock got relegated from the Zwei Bundesliga, and one of their players has moved to Sheffield Wednesday in the Championship for this season. And there is an interestingly named player who's just moved to Burnley from PSV Eindhoven. I don't think I can say his name. You can see it highlighted on the screen there. That will be an interesting one. I wonder how BBC 5 Live will be saying that name if they have to commentate on the game. Will they say his name and then issue apology immediately afterwards and give you the helpline for a phone number that you can call if you've been triggered? That is the kind of thing that Alf Garnett would say. Yeah, it's going to be fun, isn't it? Fun old time. There you go. Jordan Archer, remember him? He has signed for Portsmouth to sit on their bench from sitting on the bench at QPR, so that should be interesting. Hayden Coulson's left Middlesbrough for Blackpool. West Brom signed someone. Usme Diakite. What else have we got? Hull. So Ryan Gills has gone from Luton to Hull. Again, another championship to championship. George Saville's teammate Josh McGuinness gone to Exeter. What else have we got? Sonny Perkins has left Leeds for Leyton Orient. Harry Smith, a former Millwall player, Harry Smith, has left Sutton. Got released after they got relegated and has now joined Swindon. So there you go. Former Millwall players on the move. And Wes Foderingham has left Sheffield United. League One Wes. He's gone to West Ham to sit on their bench and be their third choice goalkeeper. That ticks a few boxes in terms of homegrown players. And then Stoke have signed someone called Eric Bocat from Saint-Trudon. Portsmouth have signed someone from Ruben Swan. So you can see there's a few players on the move, not many. Josh Murphy, a player that we were kind of linked with because I think Neil Harris was seen at the Oxford Bolton playoff semi-final, and everyone's like, well, who's he there to watch? And the answer was Josh Murphy, probably the old school winger. Had played an absolute blinder in the final. He just ended up at Portsmouth. So yeah, maybe that's location wise, because Portsmouth obviously not that far from Oxford. Probably won't have to travel that far. So maybe that's why he's gone there. And Jack Harrison. So Leeds have let another player go. He's gone on loan. Don't know what that's about. Is that some funny business? Because it's Everton. See, Everton have been involved in some funny business this week in terms of selling a player to another club, who then that other club then bought a different player from them, so it's cancelled itself out, but it counts on the paperwork. Bit of funny business for the old financial fair play, but hey ho. If you make rules, people will find a way to go around the rules. And I think that's about it. Obviously, Alex Mitchell, we know that one. And I think that's it. That's the latest transfers. Obviously, a few in the Championship, but not many. So we have to wait and see. The players are back in pre-season training. They're off to Spain in what, two weeks' time. We'll see how we get on. But I'm sure we'll be, now that all these players that we're trying to sign have seen this new kit. I'm sure they will absolutely, they'll see that and they'll go, okay, that's it. I'm signing for Millwall if I play in that kit. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. So on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.